Breaking news, breaking news. This appears to be the shooter's car right here. The Dodge Challenger. This is Tyler Robinson, the 22-year-old arrested, charged with murdering Charlie KIRK, the assassin, the Charlie KIRK assassin. Authorities reveal that this individual traveled to Utah Valley University in a Dodge Challenger, murdered Charlie KIRK, and then left the scene. Now, right now, currently, this Dodge Challenger sits in front of the parents' home of the shooter in Washington, Utah, about 4 hours south of the university where Charlie KIRK was assassinated. I'm going to share some footage here. Reporters are out there in front of the home. Neighbors are starting to speak. I'm going to share what they have to say, share the Challenger here, and then we will further discuss. Check it out.
Southern Utah reporter Chris Reed was able to find the suspect's family home in Washington County, and Chris talked with neighbors who say they know Tyler Robinson.
Yes, I'm outside the address in Washington City listed as the home address for Tyler Robinson, the suspect in the shooting of Charlie KIRK. We've talked with the Washington County Attorney's Office, and they told us that Tyler was arrested here in Washington County last night.
I just know them as very good people. They are quiet and kind of keep to themselves a lot, but whenever I've needed anything, they've been able to come over and help very graciously and kindly.
They said they received tips from what they call associates of Tyler's. They said that he was arrested. They coordinated with the FBI and other authorities, and they have now obviously transported him up to Utah County, and he's under their jurisdiction. They're leaving most comments at this point to Utah County. We're going to be on the scene here in Washington City, but for now, Chris Reed, Fox 13 News, Utah.
All right, this is Google Maps. This is the shooter's home. He lived here with his parents. He also is affiliated with another apartment. But as you just saw in that clip there, the Dodge Challenger, which is believed to be the vehicle used to travel about 4 hours to the north to assassinate Charlie KIRK at Utah Valley University, it's still there. It's still there in the parking lot, and this is the home where this is the $600,000 home where the shooter, Tyler Robinson, lived with his who's that? Might be his dad right there in the Google Maps, possibly. Lived with his dad and mom. Lived with his dad and mom here, and they're saying this is a $600,000 home, but I'm just shocked that the Dodge Challenger is still there at that location, considering that that's pretty much evidence, right? He uses unless it's another Challenger, unless the family has multiple Challengers, but I wouldn't think that. I would think that this was probably the vehicle. His dad is a deputy sheriff for Washington County. His mother is a social worker named Amber Robinson. Look. The home there, they got a pickup truck. Looks like they have a RV type trailer. And looks like a toolbox in front of their house here. And they got a Jeep. And a truck here. A truck. That's continued to just kind of like look around the neighborhood and see what's going on here. But one thing is, this is the same truck that was in the clip that you just saw. So it looks like a very nice neighborhood. This is his neighborhood here where, he lived. This is where his family and him are registered to vote. He on his voter registration, it's unaffiliated, so he's not a Republican or Democrat, but shows you a little bit about his house. Do they got security there? They might have a security there. But yeah, this is a home here. This is Samarin. So it kind of shows you the house here. Let's go. Got a big tree out front. It's like a $600,000 home. Here you go. Kind of give you a look of where this shooter lived. And what about the vehicle? What about the vehicle?
Investigators reviewed additional video footage from UVU surveillance and identified Robinson arriving on UVU campus in a gray Dodge Challenger at approximately 8:29 a.m. on September 10th.
Now, I have a lot of questions. I'm assuming this is the vehicle he used, but why is it sitting in front of his parents' home, considering it was used to commit one of the biggest assassinations in our history? Literally, there could be a treasure trove of evidence inside this vehicle. Clues, anything that could additionally build a case against him, unless, one, it's not the same Challenger and they happen to just have multiple Challengers. Some people have same cars, multiple of the same cars. Or two, they haven't got it yet. They even haven't got it yet and they're preparing to get a search warrant for it. And that's a possibility too. The feds could be rolling in there with a search warrant and they do that sometimes after the subject got arrested. Apparently he got arrested about 4 a.m. Mountain Time and then was actually sent up to the Utah County Jail at about 8 a.m. Mountain Time, which is about 3.5 hours to the north. Now, another thing could be is they processed the car and they thought they had no evidentiary value and it gave it back. But if this guy, we heard the authorities say he used a Dodge Challenger, you would think that they would keep this. I mean, a lot of times when killers use their certain vehicles to get to the crime scene, they're not getting that vehicle back. That vehicle could be used, could take apart. There could be more information in this Challenger here. There could be things in there to indicate that he had a bigger plot, a bigger plan, other plans, DNA, evidence, things in there. It could be weapons inside this vehicle. So I'm shocked to the core that this Challenger is in front of the home, but maybe there's an explanation for it. What do you think? We're covering the case of Charlie KIRK's assassin, this guy right here, Tyler Robinson. He is registered no party. Parents appear to be conservative. Taught him about guns. Apparently, he received a scholarship at Utah State University, a separate university. But who is this guy? Why would he do this? Apparently, he's involved with Antifa, or at least support Antifa, based off the shell casings, the engravings in there, the pro-Antifa engravings in there. And, it's expected that this guy's going to be charged federally, by the way. He's charged with murder on the state level, which he can get the firing squad. This is a firing squad case all the way. But I'm wondering if the feds will pick this up, and I think they will. I think by the end of the weekend, he'll be federally charged. He's at the Utah County Jail, and I think he'll be sent up to the federal court area, federal detention center, Salt Lake City, or wherever they're held federally. Maybe he'll stay in the Utah County Jail for now, but I think he's going to be charged federally. Federal crimes, which death penalty. As you heard, the President of the United States calling for the death penalty. The governor of Utah personally knows Charlie KIRK, and FBI Director Kash Patel is personal friends with Charlie KIRK. It's not going to go well for this guy whatsoever. Who's the car? Who's the Challenger belong to? Is it his dad's car? Is it his mom's car? His dad is a deputy sheriff, Washington County, the one that turned him in. Dad turned him in. I don't think people should necessarily be mad at the dad. Mom's a social worker. Don't know much about mom other than a social worker, and he had two other siblings. Him. So it looks like a family of 5 total. And you saw on that video I just showed you, they got other vehicles there. Jeep at one point, camping, and appears that he was involved with camping and stuff. We're trying to get some ideas about who this person is. Let me know what you think about the Charger and what I just shared. We're covering this case extensively through its entirety. We'll see what happens in court next week. We'll see who gets a bite at the apple first, if there's federal charges. I think he's going to get arraigned at one point either way, Monday, Tuesday, something like that. Not this weekend, though. More information comes out. You'll hear it here on JLR Investigates. We've been covering the assassination of Charlie KIRK from day one. We were one of the first people to go live when this terrible tragedy happened. So we get stuff pretty quick. You'll hear it here first. JLR Investigates. We'll talk soon. Stay tuned.